Candid View at Lux Lounge, the festive series. The sun is setting on 2020. We are about to enter 2021, and this is the finale episode of 2020. So, as you all know, on New Year's we're all celebrating, partying, and I'm so used to celebrating my New Year's with our family back home. So this time being 2020, we couldn't fly down to our family. So I decided to still celebrate the New Year's with my family and bring one of our family members on board to Lux Lounge to finish off the 2020 on a high and positive note. So this family member of ours is actually the most loved family member. She is an extremely talented lady who used to be an athlete, who can cook very well, who can write very well, who writes some amazing poems, and currently she is a well-known astrologer. So let's go and meet Bama Veeraraghavan. Manni, welcome to Candid View at Lux Lounge finale for this year, because my finale is always with my family.
That's a great thing. I'm really honored then.
I want you to introduce yourself to my friends who are watching us.
Yeah. I'm Mrs. Bama Veeraraghavan, married and have 2 grown-up children. I'm the oldest sibling of Shri, and of course Lakshmi's aunt from her maternal side.
Yes.
Very happy to come on Lux Lounge, and she had been asking me for a while, and I'm really privileged to be here today with Lakshmi and all of you.
As I have already mentioned in the beginning, she's a multi-talented lady, but her one speciality is her most precious talent. That is her astrology interest, which has made her the most sought after astrologers amongst people I know. So Manni, how did you get this astrology interest?
See, from my even school, college days, I got interest, and somehow it fascinated me more. As you know, my paternal grandpa as well as my uncle was very good in astrology. Whenever my uncle visited us, I used to go and pester him to teach me astrology. And in those days, my dad used to buy a magazine called Bala Jyotidam. It comes, I remember it comes every fortnightly or every month. Whatever book comes into our house, I used to read because I was a ferocious reader from very young age. So like that, I used to read, and I slowly start understanding what are planets, how they revolve, and what are the houses, what do they mean by houses. Everything I slowly started learning. Then I wanted a proper guru to teach me and take me into this field. So whenever my mama, that is my uncle, came to our house, I pestered him, and at last, I think when I was 18 or 19, he started me teaching. So basics he taught me, and after that, one of my gurus was Dr. Srinivasan, who was the GM HR in Dalmia Cements those days. He helped me with those days. Getting an astrology book was not that easy. Now everything is available on internet.
Correct.
If you have the interest, you can learn at home. But in those days, it was not like that. I'm talking about mid 80s and late 80s. I used to go to his house in the evening, and whenever he was a very busy man. Even then, I used to ask him to help me with the books, and he also taught me few techniques and how to go about it. And he helped me with lot of books. Read all those books and started learning. And after getting married, there was a small break in that. Once I got settled with the kids, everything, again I started brushing up my. Then comes the internet world. Everything is available. So when I was confident and people started asking me, first it was, only it was our family and extended family used to consult with me.
Correct.
Now for past 7-8 years, I thought my kids have grown up and I can spend more time for consulting and enhancing my knowledge also.
Correct.
I have worked in blind school. I was a part of an NGO which was teaching corporation kids everything. For all those things, I need to step out and spend more time outside.
Right.
But this helped me to help people as well as this is something unique which not everyone can
Absolutely.
get to.
And this is your passion also. So you started following your
This is
passion.
my passion.
So as we all know how this wonderful year that went past is like 2020, shaken all of us nicely. So were you very busy in 2020?
Yes, yeah, that's very true. More than all these years, I got more consultations, more queries this year. Though I was not doing a personal consultation, inviting them home or to my office, I started doing online consultation. This is a change in my routine also. Only for foreign clients and outside city clients, I was doing online. Now, in a full-fledged way, I do it from morning 10 to 1 every day.
But as we know that is astrology, it's not so easy because it's something like a doctor's profession only, because you know the people come to you with a lot of trust. You have to gain their trust because they have to believe that, okay, when I go to her, she's going to predict something, it has to be trustworthy. So how did you gain that confidence in your clients? Like how?
See, it is astrology plus psychology.
Correct.
So, you know, I was interested and joined a course also in psychology. Maybe it helped me more in handling people with issues. People come to us only for solutions. But very rare, only few people come for marriage matching and muhurta fixing. Most of them come with some issues and they are searching some solutions. First, I give them confidence. Then I'll take their horoscope. I try never to dissuade anyone. So that's one of my principles. Even I see something very negative, I never put them blank. I mean, put it on the table as this is what it's going to happen. Be prepared. No, I'll not do that. So I'll try to convince them, saying that there might be some issues pertaining to this area. But I know these planets are very good and it will help you come out. You need to be practicing something. If there is some pariharams which can help them come out more easily, I'll tell them and boost their energy and morale first. Then give them the news in a sugar-coated way. And if it is not a big one to be worried at all, I will not tell them at all.
That is the best psychology
policy. Yeah. If I feel that can be handled easily, I don't tell them. So this period may be a little tough, but I know you will come across this period very well, and it is going to be fabulous for you. Don't worry about that. Just your confidence is more important now to handle it. That kind of pep talk I'll give and. So when we see, we say astrology is our karma. See, whatever it happened in our previous birth or something, and whatever you do even now, it has the palam now.
Correct.
So when you realize that, it will be very easy to handle.
And we ourselves as family, because we know, we have first-hand experience, we know that your predictions are absolutely accurate. So I can assure all your clients, if any of them watching us, that you have chosen the right person. So now we move on from astrology to because you have so many talents, like I know all the talents, which is the path you would have chosen if not astrology?
Definitely some way helping others. So probably I would have continued my NGO work or anything which helps people.
You are a total people's person. We know that there are so many different types of people, but you are a people's person. So tell me, how do you manage to maintain all these relationships? Because you have maintained your friendships, you maintain all your relationships very, very well, and you take care of everyone. And as you said, you're a very helpful person. And I have always seen it. Your phone never stops ringing because you have to keep talking, helping someone all the time. So how do you manage to do that? How do you get so much of energy?
Yeah, this is a good question because, as you said, I'm a people's person first, and I really want to be either physically or mentally with people always. How the technology has improved so much, as you say, that my phone rings most of the time. Even people at home sometimes get irritated. Can you put the switch off your phone for some time and spend time with us? So, but the energy, all of us, all four of us are high energy people. We all are.
Yes, that's true.
My brothers and me, all are jumping jacks only from the very young age. So I think it is a blessed one, the energy part. And I always try to be very positive. I have lots of hopes and positivity in me. That's a main reason.
And I think that is what helps you maintain relationships, because you never brood over any mistakes, or everybody has issues and problems. You never brood on anything, and you always put it aside and keep your relationship first. So that's
and I try to forgive others as well as me very quickly. See, otherwise you'll be carrying negative emotions which will definitely pull you down. I make mistakes, others do. Even in any relationship, there will be issues. So I'm the first one to give the hand, and I never carry any grudges. That's a small secret I wish every one of us follow. Because when we carry grudges, it will be definitely harming our both mental and physical health.
Absolutely.
So it's always good to be prepared for negatives, but not get down or lose your morale due to that.
Very true. So I'm sure all the friends who are watching us have taken this tip from you for 2021. Leave your grudges aside. Stay happy, stay positive, guys. Don't worry about what has happened. You are the girl of the family and you have 3 younger brothers. How was it being amongst all these boys all the time since childhood?
In those days, we always see, actually, though I'm only girl there, we were all given equal importance. Even mom or dad never made me do all the work as I was a girl, and they didn't spare the boys. So we were equally given all the work. So I had the confidence. So I was never let down by my parents. But from in the younger ages, we used to fight a lot. Fight a lot means, hope Shri would have told you a lot about us. So we used to fight a lot, even sometimes making groups. More than me getting involved directly, when they get into some problem, I'll definitely get into that and make it more messier probably. Very good memories. When we think of those days and whatever we did, especially Mukund had done lots of pranks on us. So now we laugh at every incident.
I know.
But it would have been a very tense situation for our parents, especially at that time.
It was probably
I know.
3 at that time coming up. So, Bunny, we both have one person in common. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Now you need to tell our friends some funny incident from his and your childhood which nobody knows.
Probably 2.5 or 3 years old. Even at that time, he used to pester me to take him to school.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah, he was so, he doesn't want to sit at home when all the 3 other siblings are going to school, probably. He wanted to come to school. But both the boys will leave him and escape. I was the one who he was always clinging to, because he's more like a son to me than a brother.
Correct.
So at the time, I think it was some Independence Day or Republic Day. I don't remember exactly what it was. So I took Shyam to school. I dressed him up in white and white. I took him. I was studying in a Tamil medium school, and he was too young to understand what is English at the time. Probably he knew very few words like "What is your name?" or something.
Correct. Yeah.
So we went to school, and I was telling him about Gandhi and Nehru and all the information I know about Independence Day or anything. I was flooding him with information. Probably he wasn't able to handle at that 3 years.
Too much information, yeah.
Too much information for him. So when we went into the classroom, our teacher he used to be very chubby and bubbly. I told him to answer, his name is Srinivasan, if she asked what's your name. My teacher incidentally asked him, "Hey, what's name of yours?" He immediately got panicked and told him, "Gandhi." So I was so panicked. What is he telling? Then he realized I'm staring at him. Jawaharlal Nehru. He immediately said. So the whole class burst into laughter. Then again, she asked me, okay, what is your name? Then he told, I'm Srinivasan Shyam. Even from childhood, he used to be very, very active in whatever things we do at home or in the school. And he was, when he grew up, he was a Dadagiri in the school.
Okay.
When somebody hit Kumar and he fell off from the stage and he was hit in his head. This fellow, who is younger to him by 2 years, went and fought with that boy and he pushed him from the dais. Kumar was the softest person in our family.
No, I know.
And this fellow is a go-getter from very young age.
Thank you
sweet and very fun-loving also.
Yes, thank you for exposing him and telling us the nice story. That was Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi was a very, very good story. So now we'll create some politics being in this profession. Who is your favorite brother?
I told you, he is more like my son. So
yes,
definitely, yeah. Of course, all three are very close to me, and I love all the three equally. This fellow happens to be my son too. First, my son too, because Vignesh knows that.
Yes, that's so true. A quick fun round with you, okay? Because you are in astrology and you know everybody in our family perfectly to the T. We are going to do who is most likely to do this thing, okay? Like that question, and you have to name somebody from our family. So first one is, who is most likely to win a MasterChef competition?
Probably Shreya.
Yes, correct, because she has very good presentation skills for cooking as well. So that's amazing. Who is most likely to enter politics?
I always look up to that from Shyam actually. Because I know his horoscope also, as well as his talents. I believe one day he will land up in politics.
Yes, like most likely to win Masters golf.
Probably Veera, your uncle.
Of course, undoubtedly it's him. Now, who is most likely to start a charity organization, you think?
Charity organization? Probably me and you.
Yes, let's do it. Say. And then who is most likely to be the celebrity of our house?
Celebrity of the house, probably Aditi.
Okay, yes. And I would say one more possibility is Vignesh, who's got the looks to get into Bollywood. So
sure.
That's super. So we have a lot of talent in our family. We just need to...
Yeah. I should say actually, Shobana is also one among the MasterChef competitors.
Absolutely.
So I shouldn't...
and the first, it all starts with our Amma. You know, like she can start like a micro chef.
And if you ask for music, everything, Maitlika, Lakshmika and your mom,
yes,
they rock everything. So, as you say, too many talents.
But it's okay. It's just a fun round. We can only name one person. So they all understand. So Mani, now is the most awaited question of this whole chat that we had. What is your prediction for 2021?
It's a better year than 2020. Finances and job opportunities will start improving March onwards. Even this pandemic will die soon. From February, it will start dying. Probably the vaccine also would help us get back to our normal lives from March. So it is going to be a wonderful year for many people.
So we need to just wish our viewers the Happy New Year, because this is our New Year, the end of 2020 episode. So we just need to wish them Happy New Year and be ready for the wonderful year ahead, 2021.
Definitely. My heartfelt wishes to everyone for a happy and prosperous and very healthy New Year. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thanks a lot for
thank you.
You are a very good host at home as well as online.
Thank you so
I
much.
really appreciate your initiative.
I really feel like chatting with you for more longer time, but unfortunately we are short of time, so I have to say bye to you. And I
Bye,
really
Lakshmi.
enjoyed talking to you as usual. This time we could not chat in person on New Year, but hopefully next year we will.
Definitely more opportunities next year.
Yes,
Thank
definitely.
you, Lakshmi. Thank you very much.
Bye, Mani.
Bye.
Thank you.
Happy New Year once again.
Thank you.